من الصدمة، ولكن ما هذا كانت ردة فعله جيدة أمام برشلونة. خرج بتعادل، أول فريق يعادل برشلونة في ملعبه منذ سنة كاملة، فهذه تحسب. فنفس الشيء ممكن اليوم ردة فعل أتلتيكو بلباو تكون
Ramos to Cruz. Isco gets away from Iñaki Williams. Neat ball to Benzema. Benzema cuts and turns, swings the cross in, and headed clear by Acheta. Still Madrid keep the pressure on the home side of Dani Carvajal. Drives it in low, it's blocked by Mikel Rico. Back to Carvajal. Now Modric on the corner of the box. Lovely little overlap from
referee 1.
Good ball from Marcelo, picked up by Benzema, onside, he cuts it back in. Valenciaga's there to clear, kept in play by Iñaki Williams, very nearly gave it away to Benzema. Iturraspe trying to go at his loan, brought down midweek. Here's Iñaki Williams, clips it in, and very close there, Raul Garcia. The whistle had gone before Mikel Rico's side-footed attempt. Toni Kroos doing well there, and it's gifted by Di Marcos to Ronaldo. He's got Isco to his left. Here's Isco, Benzema on the far post. In comes the cross. Benzema off the woodwork, and Kepa was rooted to the spot. Well, Garcia was calling for it, getting it. Iñaki Williams wants it, and he finds it. And Keylor Navas getting down sharply there to his left. Valenciaga into space for Suzaeta. He's cornered by Carvajal and Varane, bundled over by Carvajal.
Post. Let's go back to Carvajal. I commend Carvajal for a shoulder charge on Suzaeta.
Yellow card for Sergio Ramos for the challenge in the jump there. Ramos is not at all happy with that decision. Seeing it live, Graham, it looked to me as though he called. Can't always tell with Raul Garcia, but no doubt the right arm is in the face.
It's a risk he can't take. He's a man suffering from a broken nose, wearing a mask. The rules say clearly if you're dangerous with your arm, then it's an automatic booking. Mateos has got it exactly right, and I would
be quite frequent. It's floated in by Iturraspe. Collected, or
it's a problem for him.
Iñaki Williams lays it off nicely to Di Marcos. Di Marcos whips the cross in. A glancing header from Aritza Duriz, well dealt with. The ball inside to Modric. Modric with the return. Isco leaves it for Ronaldo. Lovely footwork. He's tripped, and that's a free kick in a very dodgy position indeed. Ronaldo perhaps.
It's a fantastic glancing header. Super stuff. Only the very best can take that kind of pressure. Varane right up his back, glance it, make it on target, and make Keylor make
from injury. Ronaldo doing well to win the free kick there. Unai Núñez not hesitating in bringing him down at all. It's Ronaldo to take the free kick. He's never scored, remember, in the new San Mamés Stadium. There aren't too many stadiums in La Liga you can say that about. Here's Ronaldo, always going wide. Ramos was arriving at the far post.
Aerially, and Athletic are not. They have a habit, particularly this season, particularly when Laporte is absent, of losing goals from set plays. That was in a perfect position for any of the creative players in this team to swing it in, so that maybe Ronaldo or
the end, Athletic win it back. Mikel Rico just misplacing the pass. Good interception by Marcelo, who was caught and has gone down. Ronaldo, good advantage played, tries the shot, looping shot, hit low, bouncing awkwardly but straight at the keeper. That's good advantage played by the referee. Marcelo obviously struggling. Here we'll see again, just clipped there by Oscar Di Marcos, who actually apologises, raises his hand in apology.
There's no doubt there was contact, but I'll go back to, yeah, there's just a slight touch, but I'll go back to earlier when Marcelo was playing just outside the Athletic penalty box. He was holding the back of his leg as if
Iturraspe. Oscar Di Marcos brings it under control, gets away from Marcelo. Poor cross, headed clear. And the attempted shot by Suzaeta. Iñaki Williams is there.
This is what Madrid are doing, because suddenly, from having dominated the game, they're beginning to look ragged, unsure about whether Marcelo's right, not winning the first ball, not winning the second ball. allowing 3 chances in the box in the last 6 or 7 minutes. And if anybody in Athletic didn't believe, and I remember clearly Girona saying,
picked up by Dani Carvajal, finds Benzema, first time to Casemiro, Toni Kroos arriving, Kepa tested once again it's on target, with a very risky one indeed. It's picked up by Suzaeta, cuts it square to Rico with the shot, it's blocked, and Keylor Navas delighted to cover that.
We'll give that.
Luka Modric bursting through the middle, Modric lays it off just behind Benzema, the defence get it away.
Roque Blancos this season.
Balenciaga driving it in low, it very nearly came to Adjur if he couldn't control it. I think the Madrid defence was surprised, down goes Marcelo.
Which, given that his fingertips is smashing, and this is the thing that Williams probably lacks in his game. He has to...
In the box, Isco and Modric forming a kind of wall, floated to the far post! Across the face of the goal by Raul Garcia. Duriz is down to...
Quite honestly, as this drops here, Garcia's probably got to look to put it on target. You can see what he's trying to do. If it works, we'll be lauding it for perfect team play. The little touch is aimed at his strike partner, but he has...
Hello, picks out Casemiro. Casemiro moves up a gear to glide past Mikel Rico. Here's Ronaldo, laying it off for Dani Carvajal. He's got Benzema outside him. Now it's Isco. Modric, still Modric gets into the area. On the byline, Carvajal pulls it back. It falls to Toni Kroos. Well, I was asking for a response from Real Madrid. We just got it.
Hour and hour on the training ground over this, and it's a super cutback. Now it ends up there by deflection. Kroos should have buried it, but the build-up play is the first indication that Real Madrid are still in form, that they're not daunted by the way in which Athletic have taken the game to them, because there was lovely interpassing between Carvajal, Benzema, Modric, which ended up in that chance for Kroos that frankly should have been on target.
The pullback was semi-cleared by Iturraspe and Karim Benzema. Isco sprinting forward, Ronaldo on the edge of the box too. Casemiro have joined the strikers up there, and comes it. The ball, it's somehow got away by Raul Garcia, falls to Marcelo, and not the greatest attempt from Marcelo. He had to have a go, I think.
Off his right foot. I mean, he has scored 1 or 2 blinding right-footed goals, but
he too easily really to Varane. The chase for Ronaldo. Inside to Isco. Isco gets away from Iñaki Williams. Not the best ball from Isco. It's picked up though by Marcelo. Has fallen to Ronaldo, brings it down and misses the target.
As soon as he was caught, he was picked off. And if this goal had come from a Marcelo right-footed cross, then I'd have to eat my words about his distribution of that weaker foot. And how do you explain this problem that Ronaldo is having? Things that he would do automatically are not coming off for him. I mean, he doesn't look comfortable often enough in the place that was his hunting ground, that penalty box. It's odd. Is it lack of practice? Is it lack of confidence?
Picking out Oscar Di Marcos. Have given Madrid time to get players back behind the ball. There's a chase for Iñaki. Ramos is with him. He does very well indeed, but Marcelo's there. Iñaki Williams.
It's a huge head start here. I don't think that he's got his hand around his shirt. Okay, then I take it back. If it's not about obstruction, if it's about holding the shirt, then he has a point.
Well, he certainly does.
It's a beautiful trick, but this is the point at which I thought, fine, there's no big problem.
Yeah.
And also, you don't like to see a player stopping and giving up. Keep running, keep working.
Yeah. Play to the whistle, that's what we're taught.
And draw Ramos into
the last minute. Toni Kroos, lovely back healer there from Isco. Marcelo, and the whistle goes for a challenge with Marcelo in the penalty area. Danger here, it's Oscar Di Marcos just clipping. Toni Kroos plays it square to Modric. He needed perhaps one touch too many, flicked in to...
Ended with Varane nearly heading home.
Here's Isco. Swings it into the far post, and somehow it's got away by Xavier Echeta off the line.
I think we're beginning to see in these last 2 actions, okay, this ends up as a cross which is perfectly flighted and the Frenchman's in there and it's cleared away fine, but I think we're seeing that Real Madrid do have an aerial advantage that they must look to use better in the second half.
Ramos won it in the air. The whistle goes for half time after 1 minute of added time by Materilov. Raul Garcia still arguing the toss. There's nothing new under the sun, Graham.
It's in his personality, I suppose. When you're a competitor, you compete even after the final whistle, and if there's another referee to compete with, you compete with him, but it could cost Raul Garcia.
Benzema, Cruz, Isco, Benzema bursting through, just got away from him, finds Marcelo, punch clear by Kepa. Tremendous drive by Marcelo there, intended as a cross, I think. Kepa had to punch clear. It comes to Dani Carvajal. Supreme confidence from Carvajal all night. Here's Modric, gets to the byline, plays it in low. Kepa smothers it under pressure from Cristiano Ronaldo. Moments of good Madrid really putting the pressure on the home side, and it all really started here. Carvajal, bit of space for Modric, and the shot from Casemiro.
The right to speculate there. One of the things that's become increasingly evident over the last 10-12 minutes is that the cost of Athletic outworking and outrunning Real Madrid is now making them pay a bill, and that's why they're corralled in their role.
Carvajal's cross to the far post. Kepa punches clear. Marcelo sending an addition to attack there from Sergio Ramos. Again, you can't criticise the man's bravery. Good punch clear there from Kepa. There's the cross in to the far post, and that's a big strong punch getting the ball away. Desire and intensity as Cruz whips the corner in. It's headed away by Aduriz, only as far as Marcelo. Didn't quite fall for him. He wanted to set up the shot, instead he lays it off to Isco. His cross blocked each other for that one, and it's another arrival into the area. Well, you called it, Graham. It's Borja Mayoral and Kovacic coming on.
It seemed the opening Champions League match, it took him such a long time to get ready again. The cup was a warm-up for him. Shot that hits the post, the best chance. Benzema did still come the nearest, I think, to scoring tonight, and Borja's on form. Simple as that. Borja is somebody who will not let you rest, who got goals in midweek. Yeah. The logical thing, if Ziganda wants to win this match.
Back to Toni Kroos, looked like he was setting up for a shot, didn't quite see the opportunity. Marcelo's cross into Cristiano Ronaldo, and Kepa Arrizabalaga was there once again. They're missing the creative spark of Ika Muniain.
No Benyat today, for example, too. It's absolutely the case that you're right that Aduriz carried Athletic for so long in Europe, in the Cup.
Madrid insist as we move into the last 5 minutes of the game. Ronaldo gets his head to that as well. You've got to give him credit for trying. This man does not give in. On this occasion, missing the target. It'll be a goal kick.
No, I think one of the things you need to point out is that whether the two fullbacks, there should have been more supply.
Zabalaga with the goal kick, a long one into the Madrid half, and Ramos was underneath it, and there's a yellow card and a double yellow for Ramos. Ramos with the typical challenge, then the gesture, get up, yet again, with 10 men on the pitch for the rest of the game. I'm not quite, he's giving the captain's armband, I think, to Ronaldo, having words with the referee. In many ways it's been a typical Ramos performance, showing tremendous bravery, but to push him off, to get him off the pitch in the end. Again the arms up.
He leaves Mateo Laws with no option. So long as the referee sees this, it's a booking. It's a second booking, and Ramos can't say, look, it's a man's game, stop making such a fuss. That's textbook up at Deportivo La Coruña. One of the opening games of this season. I think that's 24 reds in all competitions.
The rub of the green for Balenciaga. Cordoba, that's a neat idea. Once again, Modric's anticipation, absolutely superb. And back and collect the ball. Now Cordoba. Oh, he gets away from Carvajal. That's a free kick, and that's a yellow card.
That's clever. Love the skill. There'll be men, women and children dressed in red and white saying why wasn't Cordoba on earlier, because the coach can never get it right.
Dani Carvajal misses the next. There's Unai Núñez again. Just over 2 minutes to go, he sends it high. Garcia goes down, and Mateolov not too impressed by the theatricality of the fall. Problems for Balenciaga, recovers and Ronaldo kicks out there, and he's going to get a yellow card too. A little bit of petulance from Ronaldo there, and Mateolov spied that perfectly, and he doesn't want any reaction from the Madrid bench, and he's asking, I believe, Zinedine Zidane to take a couple of steps
No,
back.
I think it's the Kendo. I think that's a sending off.
Yeah, I think you're actually right, and Ronaldo may be smiling there. Yes, it's 45,000 against 10 right now. Cordobas's cross falls to Raul Garcia, and it just didn't quite fall for an exhausted Markel Suzaeta. Finds the energy from somewhere. Balenciaga, Aduriz leaves it for Garcia, who goes down, and I mean, there's no final whistle goes. Sometimes, Graham Hunter, a 0-0 can be an absolutely extraordinary 90 minutes of football.
It's been enthralling, it's been dramatic. We've seen people at the edge of their fitness, we've seen skill, the passion of the crowd, which I want to make sure people are aware of, went from not believing to total belief and desire and hunger. San Mamés was proud of its men tonight.